With Bitcoin attempting to make a move to all-time highs yesterday, followed by an immediate sell-off. This is exactly what is considered the calm before the pump, the dip before the rip, the big before the very big. So if you see what's happening and you understand that the word big is not even half as big as what's about to happen to the price of Bitcoin, hit that like and subscribe, get signed up to FEMX below, no KYC or VPN if you sign up with my link to trade or buy Bitcoin. Without any further ado, let's take a look at what we see over the past week for Bitcoin, which is a little bit of trading sideways up until Saturday and Sunday, where we saw a big move up to about $107,000. And then a little bit of a, as you can see, if we look on a weekly, actually if we just look at a daily, you can see immediate sell-off, bounce back exactly though at the levels we've been trading at for the past 2 weeks. And here we are again, still looking honestly very good. In fact, the weekly chart for Bitcoin is the most bullish chart I've ever seen. RSI, MACD, all the momentum. I'm extremely bullish, but there's even bigger things that are actually happening fundamentally. We see also Golden Cross is coming any day now. Is this the signal that bulls have been waiting for, or is it a simple bait and trap for the bulls that will leave us squealing and reeling as we plummet all the way back down to oblivion and beyond? Well, let's take a look at what else is happening. Australia just ruled, an Australian judge just ruled that Bitcoin is a form of money which could make it exempt from capital gains. This is something that I really didn't start thinking about until maybe the past year, but I think it's very realistic that we actually could see Bitcoin in not just Australia, but just globally, tax-free. We've been hearing talks about this as well, even in the US. As more and more people join, as more and more people get invested, as more and more people watch Bitcoin go from 50 to 100K, soon 150, soon 200,000, soon 500,000 per coin, and so on and so forth, as we get further and further from where we are now. It's basically, as this quote says perfectly, right? Why is Bitcoin pumping today? Because it's the best financial asset in history and mathematically guaranteed to go up over time. That has been true since I got into Bitcoin. Below, I think it was like $1,700, or sorry, yeah, $1,700 or something like that. I have been hearing people say, oh, it's a scam, it's gonna go down for the past 8 years. And those people are the same people that are rushing to buy right now, or are still delusional and will probably be buying Bitcoin for the first time when it's $500,000 or $1 million per coin. The writing has never been clear. I've been saying the same thing for the past 8 years. I have never changed my opinion on that, even when the price goes down for years and years at a time, because it's fundamentally the best form of money that has ever existed. And that's why I'm confident in keeping, my net worth in crypto. And now I've made more money than I could ever imagine. So obviously I think it's doing pretty well, or I'm doing pretty well. And yeah, actually that's the crazy thing too, a little bit of a rant. But if I would have listened to any of those people over the last 8 years that told me like Bitcoin's a scam or something like that, man, I wouldn't be, literally, I would not have any of the freedom financially that I have now. It's kind of insane. And actually, if I look back sometimes, it doesn't make me mad, but it makes me feel so bad for those people who they simply cannot see the bigger picture of something. They can't see when something is disruptive. They can't see when an opportunity is in front of them. And those people, unfortunately, are the majority. The majority of people will just go along with, the mainstream news saying Bitcoin is a scam or something like that. They'll just go along with when Jamie Dimon was saying Bitcoin is a scam, don't buy it. Here's the biggest, thing related to that. Jamie Dimon, who's been saying he hates Bitcoin for the past decade, now they're going to allow clients to buy it. But they won't custody it. But they will be custodying it very, very soon. Just like they're just so late. It's a huge upgrade from, a couple years ago when he said he will fire any employee who trades it. Now they're going to allow clients to buy it. Guys, I mean, it's crazy because like people like me and other people on YouTube and people that are not on CNBC with suits and professional investors have been saying this for years. And literally the more time goes on, the more right we are. And the more you realize that the people on CNBC and all those people in the suits and the banks are actually like very behind the curve and the last people you should be listening to. It's crazy. I feel bad for people that like listen to people like that. But at the same time, you need to use your own discretion and use your own intelligence to understand those people they know less than all of us, right? The people that are paid to get on TV and wear their suits, and talk a certain way, they know less than all of us, which is genuinely shocking, but also not shocking at the end of it. It's just like, it's just messed up. They don't know what they're talking about whatsoever. 5 years ago, at the height of this hysteria, during the middle of the pandemic and everyone was worried about savings, if you would have put $10,000 in risk-free long-term government bonds, you'd have less money today. You'd have about $6,000. If you put that same $10,000 in a risky, speculative scam like Bitcoin, you'd have over $100,000. So again, more proof. It's literally unending proof of these people being wrong. And the advice they give on mainstream networks and the mainstream media is not designed to help you. It's designed to cripple you. And as I just said, JP Morgan will be custodying Bitcoin soon. Here we go, the biggest person saying this, Jim Cramer. In 2030, 5 years from now, Bitcoin will be trading closer to 5,000 than 500K. This is the biggest bull signal that we've probably seen in a couple of weeks. This guy is only wrong about Bitcoin. Everything he says about Bitcoin, the opposite happens. So we might be at 500K by next month if he keeps talking like this. It's absolutely insane. And again, obviously with Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, guy is just deliberately misleading the public. He probably deep down knows that Bitcoin is going to be worth an insane amount. He probably buys a lot, I'm sure. He has his own stack, and his own company is buying it, right? Through his company, and they're getting fees for it. But they won't custody it. Yeah, they will. They will very shortly, and it's all just they're doing this to prevent. They just don't want people to make money, and they're lying to you about what actually is a good investment. Bitcoin is the good investment. For example, if you bought $100 of Bitcoin each time that the financial experts said it was dead, you would have over $100 million worth of Bitcoin right now. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Bitcoin available on exchanges continues to make new lows, and it won't matter until it does. But when it does, when there is no more supply on exchanges, it'll be a certain point where the demand will simply be too high. And the price of Bitcoin, for you to be able to buy one, for people to sell it, and for you to be able to actually accumulate a big amount of Bitcoin, the price is going to be so much higher. And here we are. I mean, really, just, again, this is a crazy chart, because back here when I was saying that this is bullish and we're not going into a bear market, people were saying, oh, you were wrong. Here we are a couple of weeks later and looks really good. In fact, literally, a couple of percent away from an all-time high for Bitcoin. And you look at the weekly chart, which we've seen how it's played out over the last few months, which the momentum leading into the dump, and now the momentum clearly shifting up, as well as we see the money supply completely. I mean, for Bitcoin to match the money supply, it should be way closer to 200,000 than 100,000 per coin, which I firmly believe it will be in just a very short few weeks. With the stock market, the S&P also getting above its 50-week moving average over the last week, coming back stronger, almost getting back up to 6,000. As you can see on this daily chart, almost erasing most of the losses we've had in the past few months. The writing is on the wall. Yes, there's going to be short-term temporary dips, but I don't have the bandwidth and the patience to keep repeating the same things for the people that are new, that do not understand how the market works in terms of the psychology of it. Meaning, it is so, I get thousands of comments a month, tens of thousands of comments a month. Every time the price dips 5%, majority of those comments are people panicking. Every time the price pumps 5%, majority of the comments are people celebrating. That is the weakness. That is the psychology that just ignore it. It doesn't matter. Every time I see a comment of someone saying that, oh, the price is going down, something like that, I have no reaction to it. I don't care at all. I didn't care 5 years ago. I absolutely don't care now. Literally just look at what is happening fundamentally more now than ever. And you will literally just be buying Bitcoin as a sole investment for the rest of your life. It is that simple. Many things in life are not that simple, but this is one of those things that is that simple. And get signed up with Femex below. No KYC or VPN required if you want to buy Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade using my link below. Without further ado.